I've never seen before. Is this guy as good as everyone says he is? I have got to study after this is over. If I can get a second date, I'll go to any magic show she wants. My buzz is wearing off again. Dang it! Does she know that shirt is like 3 sizes too small for her? What did that just say? That just reminded me of Fight Club. Is he ever gonna call me back? I totally just saw that. He's using strings. Should I have skipped work for this? Jesus! She is so hot. What is that bear doing on stage? It's so funny! I hope he does not pick me to come up on stage. Is he picking people to come up on stage? I hope he picks me. He is so fine. I am so hungry. Can he turn my $5 bill into a $100 bill? Okay, so the bars close at 2. How did that guy end up with her? I hope he will make my girlfriend disappointed. That guy's nose is way too big for his Seriously, face. She needs to eat. Is this guy gonna be cheesy? I totally know how he did that. It's a magnet. Pretty. I hate her. I'd like to see him try to saw her in half. Refresh already. If this dude comes out with a wand, I am out of here. So is this gonna be like black magic? So is he like performing real I heard that this magician tonight I bet I could figure out every one of these tricks. If he's reading my mind, why has he not mentioned sex yet? To DVR that? This is cool. I saw this guy break a fork in half. I'm already following him on Twitter. Just play cool. If this magician calls on me, I can't. Oh my gosh. How's my hair? Magic show. Rock, paper, scissors, lizards, If you thought any of these things, then you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the alternate reality we like to call the maze.
Time to get real!
This is my good friend Coco. Everybody say hi, Coco. Coco's going to select several of you at random today. So if you see Coco coming towards you, catch him. Here we go. One, two, three. Excellent. Stand to your feet right where you're at. What is your name? What's your name? Dylan, where are you from? Nice to meet you. Dylan, stand to your feet all the way. Dylan, how old are you? 18. Are you single? You are? We're going to play a little game this morning. It's called Bachelor Prestonwood. Dylan, I need the first 5 female names that pop into your mind right now. Go. Brooke, Maddie, Savannah, Olivia, Rachel. If your name is any one of those names anywhere in the room, just stand to your feet right where you're at. Just stand up. Just stand up right where you're at. Dylan. Watch how easy this is. Choose. Go ahead, just pick one. Right over here. What's your name? What's your name? Rachel and Dylan, come on up. Everybody give them a big round of applause. As quick as you can. Come. Rachel, nice to meet you. Hi. And Dylan, right? Dylan, I want you to know something right now. I've heard it's about being at the right place at the right time. This might be the right place. And it might be the right time for the two of you. Here, let's just introduce ourselves. I said it might be. Just, you can shake hands.
I'm Dylan.
Dylan?
Hello.
Rachel, nice to meet you. Okay, listen, that's how it was with I've been married for 10 years. That's how it started well, too. So listen, we're gonna play a little game here together to test the chemistry potentially between two people. Okay, here's how this is gonna work. Just stand right here for me. Go ahead, yes, and just back like that, and turn your back just like this. Okay, very good, and kind of just all the way, just like that, back to back. Very. No, it's okay. Okay, very good. All right, I brought something with me. This is courtesy of the Holiday Inn Express. This is an alarm clock. Do you have one of these?
No.
You don't?
Sorry.
Well, here's how they work. You have to hold the time button down and click hours and minutes, and that's how you change the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you said you didn't have one.
Well, I have a phone.
Yeah. Well, you said you didn't have one of these, so I just want to make sure you knew how to do it.
All right.
It's my show.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Inspect that. Make sure there's no hidden trapdoors, dancing girls, smoke and mirrors, anything inside the alarm clock. Dylan, here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine, Dylan, look at me. I want you to imagine in your mind that there's in your imagination, there's this alarm clock with big red digits in your mind, yes? And I want you to imagine that there's a time of day on that alarm clock, all right? And here's the thing. I don't want it to be like an easy time of day like 8:30 or 7:15 or 10 o'clock. I want it to be something unique like 1:57, something that we can never know. Does that make sense? Excellent. Okay, so I want you to begin to imagine that. And in just a second, as he's imagining that, he's actually going to be subconsciously sending you the numbers as well. I know you don't know this yet, okay? And here's what's going to happen with you. You're going to hold your thumb on the time button, and your other thumb is going to go on the hours and the minutes, yes? You're going to hold this up against yourself just like that, so you don't know which number you're going to. It's a subconscious exercise. Do you understand? Because everyone knows the best relationships are the ones that happen on the subconscious level. On the count of 3, I want you just to be clicking the buttons because Dylan's going to be sending to you. On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. Hours, minutes, hours, minutes, hours. Yes, Dylan. And just intensify that number in your mind. Don't look up at the screens. Just intensify the number in your mind. Yeah, turn it up now in your mind. Yeah, you're not looking at anything. Yes. Very good, very good. Intensify. Yes. And even faster now. Hours, minutes, hours. Your conscious mind's focusing on what I'm saying now. Your subconscious mind just moving the buttons. On the count of 3, you're both going to stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. Right there. We'll get to that in just a second. Okay. We're going to turn this up a notch now. All right, just kind of, here, just hold hands, okay? Just briefly, just for a second. That's good, okay. It means she likes you. Okay, let's turn toward the audience. On the count of 3, I want you to both close your eyes tightly. 1, 2, 3, close them tight. Really, really, really tight. And we all know that when you close your eyes tightly, you're shutting off one of your senses. Your other senses have to compensate for the sense that's missing. Put your hands down, it's okay. Keep your eyes closed. I want both of you right now to think of any color from a crayon box. On the count of 3, you're gonna open your eyes. Imagine the entire audience is splashed in that color. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. And if you want to, you can stop holding hands. Took a second. What color were you thinking of? Pink. What color were you thinking of?
Black.
Pink. Okay, I tell you what, we're gonna do. You gotta concentrate this time, okay?
I tried.
No, it's okay. Listen. I know you're a little bit, it's okay. We're gonna turn this up one more notch. Here's how. Instead of holding hands this time, what I want both of you to do is, just, as your eyes are closed this time, I don't want you to think of a color. I'm gonna have you memorize everything that you feel while your eyes are closed. Everything that you feel. So you're turning off your sensitivity of sight, but you're turning up your sensitivity of touch, and you're gonna memorize everything that you feel with your eyes closed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand? On the count of 3, turn towards the audience. Close them very tight. 1, 2, 3, close them tight. Really, really, really tight. All right, with your eyes closed, if you felt something touch you, go ahead and raise your right hand. If you felt something touch you, raise your right hand. All right, put your hands down. I'm gonna ask you the same question, but just kind of a different way. With your right hand, go ahead and point to the spot where you just felt something touch you. Point to the spot where you just felt something touch you. Okay. Open your eyes and look at each other. Don't move, but open your eyes and look at each other. Okay. They're freaking out because I never touched you. I touched your boyfriend over there and you felt it. All of these Christians wouldn't lie to you at the same time. That's exactly what happened. I've got it on video.
Are you lying?
Yeah, you know what would seal the deal for you?
What?
I know you're chatty Kathy, aren't you? Listen. Listen, do you know what would seal the deal for you? What time were you thinking of on your alarm clock in your mind a little while ago? 4:37. Now listen, come on over. Listen, if you walk over there and you turn that alarm clock around, and we are within 5 minutes of 4:37 on either side, 4:32 or between 4:32 and 4:42, 4:32 and 4:42, then I think maybe you guys should hang out again at some point because you never know. However, if we are spot on accurate, I think you should exchange phone numbers at least before you leave. If we're spot on. What did you say again? It was 4:37, yes? What do you say?
To what?
Go over there and turn that alarm clock around and show everybody what it says. Because that, in fact, does say 4:37. That's what it says. Show everybody. It says 4:37. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. Anybody else want to catch the bear now? Oh yeah, look back here. You know, we could do this right now. I'm licensed in the state of Texas. It's going to be in a church. There's aisles. My name is Jim Munroe. I do a show called The Maze. I'm really excited to be here with you tonight. I've already introduced my friend Coco. There's something going on behind the scenes of the existence that you're experiencing right now with your 5 natural senses. But because you don't know what to look for, you can't make out what's really true. I'll say it again. There's something going on behind the scenes of the very existence you're experiencing here in this room right now. But because you don't know what to look for, you can't make out what's really true. I need somebody else to catch this bear on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Stand to your feet. Listen, you with the bun on your head, you stand up right now or I'm coming out there and I'm going to get you. It's okay. There's no more boys involved. There's no more cooties. I know you guys are nice Christian kids at nice Christian schools, and God forbid that you actually think of the opposite sex at all, you know. So stand to your feet, stand to your feet, stand to your feet. What is your name? Lindsay, everybody say hi, Lindsay. Lindsay, you are going to come up on the stage here in just a second, and you are going to sit in this chair, and that's okay, all right? Here's the other thing, though. Lindsay, 2 others are going to join you on this stage. They just don't know that they're coming up yet. We have actually designed a video along with Princeton psychology students. This video I'm going to play for you is elicited with subconscious subliminal messaging, the goal of which is to get 2 of you to stand to your feet. 2 of you are going to know that you know that you know that you know that you're supposed to be up on this stage with Lindsay as you watch this video. Here's how you'll know. Your heart will begin to race a little more quickly. Your hands will begin to get a little sweaty. And then the ligaments in your knees will just kind of extend, and you won't necessarily know why. And you'll just stand to your feet. If you have a heart condition of any kind, do not watch this video. If you're prone to epileptic seizures or anything like that, you've been warned, keep your eyes closed. On the count of 3, we're going to watch this video. And 2 of you will stand to your feet because you will feel so compelled. On the count of 3, we're going to play it. 1, 2, 3, roll it. So even as these images are kind of glazing over your subconscious, there are 2 of you right now who feel this pressing need to join Lindsay on the stage. And you will stand to your feet on the count of 3. Lindsay, stand up. 1, 2. Right there. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Actually, there's 3 of you. The first 3, the gray sweatshirts. Do you see how they all have gray sweatshirts on? Do you see how they all have gray sweatshirts on? Yes, that's important. Come on up here. Give them a big round of applause, all 3 of you. Yes, very quickly. As quick as you can. Quickly, get. As quick as you can, yep. Oh, wait. You in the blue. You can come up too, but that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, yeah, so go ahead. What's your name? Sean. Everybody say hi, Sean. Very good. What's your name? RJ. Everybody say hi, RJ. And what's your name? What? Verone. Nice to... You're what now? Why is he laughing? Are you telling me the right name?
Yeah.
Okay, you are. You're telling the truth. Okay. Stand over here. What's your name?
Grayson.
Grayson. Nice to meet you, Grayson. What if the fastest growing philosophical belief in our culture today in this country is that of the nun? They actually call themselves a nun, N-O-N-E, atheist and or agnostic. In fact, at colleges where I go most often to perform, 30% of estimated all college students are atheists/agnostics, essentially saying that there can't be anything going on behind the scenes of the existence they experience with their 5 natural senses. It's just random. That literally at the beginning of time, everything kind of came together via stardust, and you have you're now plopped into this existence, and really it's like you've been given a set of proverbial dots that you're supposed to try to connect and create some kind of meaning with, right? There's nothing really going on behind the existence that you're experiencing every single day. Everything's just random, and your goal as a human being is to try and make sense of the world in which you live. We're gonna play with the idea of random together this morning. Are you ready? You know what random means, yes? Yeah, okay, good. Do you know what these are? Cards, that's correct. I'm going to give these a shuffle, thus randomizing the order of the cards, all right? You might think that since I'm a magician that I might be able to make them look like they're being shuffled when they're not being shuffled at all, but that's not the case. They are genuinely being shuffled. But just so you feel good, why don't you go ahead and give the cards a cut? Go ahead and give the cards a cut. Very, very good, just like that. Based upon that cut, look at me really quickly. I'm going to write something down that I think you're going to do here in just a second. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Coffee. Oh, wow. Did you go see the Hunger Games last night? No. I think based upon those few quick little questions, I think you're getting ready to do this. Do me a favor, would you? Would you hold this in your hand? Don't let anybody see what that is. Very good. And in just a second, you guys are going to write something down, but don't write anything down until she tells you what to write down. Do you understand? Excellent. From where you cut, do me a favor, take the card you cut to, but don't look at it. Stick it in your pocket. Yes, don't look at it. Stick it in your pocket. Very good. So neither you, nor me, nor anybody in this room knows what value of the card that is. We are going to play with the idea of random. 52 variables may not suffice for some who really believe in the theories of relativity and randomness. So I brought something here that has a few more variables. This is the Greater Fort Worth Arlington Yellow Pages. As you can see, this is a real Yellow Pages. Go ahead and inspect it. Make sure there's nothing weird about it, right? Oh, by the way, we used to use this to call people. Do me a favor, pick any random odd page from the Yellow Pages you like. The only thing I ask is that you pick one with a lot of numbers on it, okay? Because I don't want one with like a big ad, because then somebody's going to think that was fake or phony. These are too many ads. I want something with a lot of numbers on it. Yeah, this is even pages. Do you know what the difference between even and odd is? Good, okay, so this is the odd. So pick one on the odd side that has a lot of numbers on it. Oh, are you happy with that? Do you want to change your mind? Excellent. Lindsay, you'll notice on page 259, watch this closely, that all of the numbers are in fact different. Do you see this? Lindsay, on the count of 3, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go, and I'm going to begin to move my business card down the page. Whenever you want to say stop, we'll stop at the number you said to stop at. You're going to read it out. My friend over here is going to write it down. Do you understand? Excellent. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
Stop.
Lindsay, do you want to change your mind? Lindsay, you're going to be driving home today, and you're going to be saying to yourself, I wish I would have changed my mind. Do you want? No. You're happy with this? Okay, good. Read off the number you stopped at. Please write this down very big. 817. 406. 406. Don't screw me up, buddy. No, 406. Yeah. You think it's my first rodeo? 817-406-2422. Okay, great. Let's look at your work of art here. Splendid. Glad we're talking about college today. I'm just kidding. That says 817-406-2422. Question for all of you right now. Is it possible to predict what random number someone would choose from the Yellow Pages? Come over here real quick. Stand right there in front of that speaker. Don't move. You have that paper, yes? Where's the paper? Yeah. Oh, you crumpled it up all the way. Very good. If it's possible to even consider that it might be possible to predict what random number someone would choose from the white page or the Yellow Pages, then I think we have an interesting proposition here. Here's what it is. You see, with your 5 natural senses, you're perceiving this reality that's going on right here. Yet really, really, really down deep, you know that I can't really predict what's going on or what's going to happen. You see the clash between what you experience with your 5 natural senses and what you feel like is really going on behind the scenes. That clash creates the wonder at any magic show, and that's why I do magic, right? But you see, really, what's interesting is that those same 5 natural senses that you use to perceive this reality are the same 5 natural senses that you use when you walk out of this place to perceive the world that you live in. The one with your relationships, the one with your relationship with your parents, what you're going to do, how you're going to live, what you perceive to be real are the same 5 natural senses you're using to perceive this magic trick. So with a phone book, some random people, a marker, and a piece of paper, I can get you to think that it's possible to predict what's happening. Then I think we have something to consider. Do me a favor, open that up and show everybody what I wrote down before we started. because, and you, sir, you should freak out. Because that actually does say, I don't know. I have no idea what random number someone would choose from the white pages or red yellow pages. That's absolutely impossible. It can't be done. Thank you. But if I could do it, I think it would look something like this. What does this say? That, yes, I think these do match. Ladies and gentlemen, please give my friends here a huge round of applause. Oh, Lindsay, wait. You picked a card. Hold on a second. I forgot about that. Do you have a cell phone? Somebody have a cell phone? Here you go. Here, come over here. Yeah, come over here. Do me a favor. Turn it on.
Turn it off?
On, yeah.
On.
Have we ever met before?
No.
Are we Facebook friends?
No.
Not yet. Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Dial it?
Call that number. Just him, please. Nobody else, just him. Yes. Push call, yes, speakerphone.
Okay, all you.
The number or code you have dialed is incorrect.
Do we, here, you dialed it incorrectly. We're having trouble with numbers here at this college summit. Does that look right?
That looks right. Okay, there you go.
Okay, here. Come over here. Shh. You're gonna say hi on the count of 3, okay? Hello, sir. Hi. My name is Roger Rogers from 102.1 The Wave here in Dallas, Texas, a new radio station. Sir, are you ready to play Pick Any Card?
Yeah.
Sir, you've been randomly chosen from the phone book to play this game. We know you're at work right now, but just take a quick second, sir. Sir, we want to know if you will name any one of the 52 playing cards sponsored by Choctaw Casinos. Sir, name any one of the 52 playing cards from a playing card back for a chance to win $1,000. Sir, name one right now. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ooh. The two of hearts.
The 2 of hearts, is that your final answer, sir?
Did I win?
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. You didn't win. Goodbye. What card did you pick?
The 2 of hearts.
That's the 2 of hearts. Can you see that? Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Lindsay, everybody. Extremely excited to be here with you today. My name is Jim Munroe. I live here in the area. The reason why I'm excited to be here today is because I don't necessarily get many opportunities to talk to high school students. Oh, thank you. Because I actually end up talking to people who are a few years older than you and who have made some pretty interesting decisions based upon the worldview that they've chosen to follow or to build. And the next step of your life involves a lot of interesting people and a lot of interesting thought, but there's a lot of questions that are going to come up. I've had this happen to me. I went to college. I went to the University of Texas. Got there to play baseball, believe it or not, and that's what I was going to be. I was going to be a professional baseball player. I got drafted by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I was a pitcher. But I also was fascinated with philosophy and psychology and religions, because at the end of the day, I thought people who were religious were hilarious. I thought they were really funny. I myself was very skeptical and atheistic in my thinking, even though I went to a Christian school for 12 years of my life. I ended up leaving perhaps a little worse off in my faith than my parents expected. I rebelled pretty intensely. But there was always this one thing in the back of my head, even though I was kind of atheistic in my thoughts, believing that there was nothing going on behind the scenes of the existence that you experience every single day, because you couldn't prove it with your 5 natural senses. There was always this one thought that I had, and it was this. I said, God, Buddha, Muhammad, the Force, whatever you are, if you will reveal yourself to me in a way that I can't ignore, if you'll actually stick your finger from back behind the curtain and show me exactly what's up and make it so obvious to me, then I'll follow you for the rest of my life. I'll do whatever you ask me to do. I was doing a show kind of like this one a few years ago, and this really bad pain started in my right leg. It was overwhelming pain. Flew home to DFW, got off the plane, ended up going to the hospital. Had a young person walk into my room with a clipboard. He was shaking, and he looked at me, and he said, Mr. Munroe? I said, what? He said, you have cancer. I said, what? He said, you have cancer. And he's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but you've got this kind of cancer. It's like a bomb went off in your body. It's leukemia. We're not sure what kind yet. But he said, the reason why your leg hurts so bad is because the white blood cells inside of your bone marrow have exploded at such an exponential rate that literally your body's bones are breaking on their own. He said, you're going to die in 2 months. The first thought in my mind was this, or one of the first thoughts in my mind was this: there could not possibly be a God of love, a God of healing, a God of mercy, a God in charge of all this. It's literally an organism that's trying to eat me away. It's an evolutionary principle. Those were the things that were going on in my head. My wife and I decided we were going to take the best shot at this cancer we could, so we went to MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas. It was Christmas Eve when we got down there, the day that planet Earth is supposed to be worshiping the incarnate Messiah who takes away all of our sin and disease, who's the real deal, who if we put our trust in him, he'll heal us. We get to eat ice cream for eternity. That God? Yeah. On Christmas Day, the #1 cancer research doctor in the world for my kind of leukemia pushed chemotherapy papers across from me and had me sign, but he said, listen, there's something I need to tell you. I said, what? He said, we've got the full diagnosis of your cancer back, and he's like, and I have some bad news for you. I said, you mean like worse than cancer bad news? And he said, yeah. He said, it's this very rare form of leukemia. Only 15% of adults get it. He said, basically, what I can tell you is that we don't have the medicinal resource in this hospital to heal you of your disease. He said, either the chemotherapy is going to kill you or the cancer is going to kill you, and that's just how it is. I said, wow. I'm going to show you a quick video here, just kind of let this sink in. All these images are of me. First couple are of me and my family. I'm very proud of them. I wanted you to meet them, but the rest of these are of me just a few short years ago. Check this out.
So, this is how I spend most of my mornings now. Got no energy at all. And been off chemo now, but they say that the stuff in the chemo is really starting to kick in. Because I can't keep anything down. My mouth is super dry, and to go stand up or walk over to that chair and sit down requires all the energy in my body. I just don't have any energy. I haven't eaten anything edible like the last 4 or 5 days. But I have a feeling today is going to just be another really bad day. Really bad day started 2 days ago when I started yakking pretty hard. And now it's like, just the yak comes all the time. So, that's what I'm doing. I throw up into this thing.
This last image right here is when it was the worst. But the reason why I show you this is because there was a season in my life where what was on the inside of me came out, literally, what I believed to be true about the world in which I lived. And what I realized is that it was the framework through which I perceived everything, right? And what's crazy about that is that when you get into a situation like that and the rubber meets the road, you learn what you really believe to be true. It's much like the high school student or the college student, I think, who's in that season of life where like, man, I really believe in this, but in all reality, they don't. They kind of have an inkling of it and they want to really believe it, but way, way, way down deep, they don't. And their lives react accordingly. It's the wantingness to do what's right and be a good person, but then really way down deep, there is no real spiritual connection with anything going on behind the scenes. That's how I felt. And really in that moment, I was struggling. My faith, whatever it was hanging by a thread. This doctor looked at me and said, Mr. Munroe, I said, what? He said, we want to try something on you. Like I was a video game or something, right? We want to try something. I said, what's that? They said, we want to try this procedure. It's called a bone marrow transplant. I said, what is a bone marrow transplant? He said, first of all, we don't know if we can do it on you because you're incredibly weak. But he said, this is a bone marrow transplant. You see, the problem with you, listen closely, the problem with you is your blood. It's poisoned. It's destroying you. What we want to do is we want to destroy your blood system. But before we do that, we have to find someone in the world whose DNA matches yours close enough. Because what we're going to do is we're going to substitute that person's perfectly matched blood on your behalf so you can live again. I had heard of somebody somewhere in the world in history before, someone who wanted to substitute their perfect blood on my behalf so I could live again. It kind of like a little bell went off. I was like, man, that sounds a little bit like Jesus. And the doctor was like, yeah, well, whatever. We're just going to substitute some blood on your behalf so you can live again. I said, wow. I said, well, where do we find this blood? He's like, well, it's not as easy as you think. He said, there's this international database. At that time, there were 7 million people registered on this database. It's called the National Marrow Donor Program. And he said, we're going to put your DNA information into this database and hopefully it yields a match. I said, okay. So my entire life hinged upon finding an answer to my situation. Someone, it was going to be somebody, not an idea. It was going to be someone. They started chemotherapy to push the cancer back in preparation for this bone marrow transplant. And chemo round 1 went by, chemo round 2 went by, chemo round 3 went by, and it was intense chemo. I had to be hospitalized for it. We were beginning to lose hope. After 4 rounds of chemo, and I'm making this story really short because of time, this woman called me and said, Mr. Munroe. I said, what? She said, I have some good news for you, and you're not going to believe this. I said, what? She said, out of those 7 million people currently registered on this database, she said, there's one. One person on planet Earth that we've been able to identify. We've contacted this person, and they are willing to go to bat for you. They're willing to substitute their perfect blood on your behalf so you can live again. I said, wow. And they said, the only thing we can tell you about this person is that it's a 19-year-old female. I said, you know I'm a man, right? They said, yes, but you're extremely feminine, and that's what they said. And they said, congratulations, your bone marrow transplant is scheduled for April 23rd. Everybody say that with me. Say April 23rd. They said on April 23rd, these are the same words this Jewish doctor used. He said on April 23rd, you're going to get a brand new system. He said, you are going to be like a baby inside the womb all over again. The nurses are going to come into your room and celebrate your second birthday. You are going to be born again. Those are the exact words he used. I said, do you realize what this sounds like? He's like, it's just a coincidence. I said, wow. So on April 23rd, after months of chemotherapy, they brought this into my room. This is an exact picture of the bag of blood that was couriered down by flight from where I later found out was Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They stuck that in my IV. My body received it as the perfect gift as it was and didn't reject it. And I stand before you today 100% completely cancer-free as a result of that perfect blood right there. Pretty cool, right? But listen, thank you. The story gets a little bit crazier. Listen. When they look at my blood today, when I go back for testing, do you know what they see? They see XX chromosome. Do you know what that means? I am a 19-year-old chick on the inside. Hey. Stop looking at me that way, sir. Hey. Stop looking at me that way. I'm just kidding. I stood outside in the freezing cold for Twilight tickets a few years ago. I have a One Direction poster hanging in my room. I wear pink ties because it's no longer I who live, it's someone else who lives on the inside of me. And the life that I now live, I live by faith in the new system of blood that was willingly substituted on my behalf by the only person on planet Earth who could save me my disease. Sound like anything you've heard before? You have one of two options while you hear the rest of my story. Option number one is you can just discredit it as being a random set of circumstances. Or option number two, you might have to listen closely to what I think was a very succinct attempt to get my attention. There's a guy 2,000 years ago who walked the earth. He's the only person in human history with any real credibility to say this. He said, I am God. He's the only person in history with any real credibility to say, I am God. And he basically said this. I'm paraphrasing here, so please don't call your pastor. Paraphrasing. He said, if you're done living your life according to your natural senses, if you're done living your life according to your idea of the way things should be, according to what you think is right and what you think is true, I just showed you today that it's possible for you to be wrong about what you perceive to be true. Your inability to know what's going on behind the scenes of the existence you experience every single day. He said, if you're done with that, essentially trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make your path straight through a maze-like existence that we call this life. He said, if you're done, he said, you can stop right where you're at because you hear my voice. And he said, you can turn, stop living for yourself, and place your faith in me. He said, I will make you different. I will change you on the inside. It will no longer be you living, it will be us. Your perception of reality will change. Jesus' message was the kingdom is here now. It's not when you go to heaven. It's not when you think it is here. It's here now all the time. But the reason why oftentimes we're incapable of perceiving it is because we want to try to live a supernatural life with our five natural senses. We serve a God who's supernatural in nature. Do you understand? See, you could choose to look at my story and just be like, man, that's just coincidence. There's nothing going behind the scenes. But for anybody who knows the gospel, it's an inescapable coincidence. You have to at least really consider what I believe to be true. Check this out. I told you that my bone marrow transplant was scheduled for April 23rd. Do you remember me saying that? When I say April 23rd? Do you remember me saying that? I can see you. You remember that? My new birthday was April 23rd. My natural birthday, the one that's on my driver's license, April 20th. So literally, the difference between the old man and the new life is on the third day. The difference between old man and new life is on the third day. When they look at my blood now, they see somebody else. That literally, it was because of the substituted blood of somebody else on my behalf that I'm alive again. The other really crazy thing is this. I got a chance to meet the girl that saved my life. Long story short, she had gotten a tattoo to commemorate it because that was the thing that she felt so impassioned to do this, and she wanted to remember it. Now, kids don't get tattoos, okay? But she had gotten a tattoo of a jigsaw puzzle piece on the very spot where they put the IV in her arm to pull out the new life, knowing that she was the missing piece in someone else's life, and without that missing piece, that person wouldn't be alive. You can't write this stuff. Jesus said this, he said, it's because of what I did for you on a cross, my blood, and where it came out of me, that you have the opportunity to enter into a relationship, not a list of facts in your mind, but into a relationship with me because of what I was willing to do, because I love you. And if you step into that fully, it completely overwhelms your 5 natural senses, and it actually begins to dictate how you perceive reality. Do you want to know what our culture needs more than anything else right now? It needs a group of young people who are so in love with Jesus that literally their actions, their thoughts, their words, their deeds, their accreditations, their academics, their sports, all of it points towards him. Not because they have to, but because they want to. Question for you today. Do you really know him? Do you really have a relationship with him? Or were you like me? Could you be living in a world where it's around you all the time, but really, really way down deep, the wood is just not catching fire? I want to show you one more thing, okay? But before I do, I want to show you this video, and then I want to pray for you. This is a video of me at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport just a couple years ago. I got a chance to actually step into relationship with the person that saved my life. Check this out.
Lights, camera, action.
You know who's coming down?
Somebody you met.
This girl saved my life.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Saved my life. I almost died of leukemia.
Oh, that's awesome.
So much so that you would actually experience the fullness of life rather than a cheap, made-up, silly, Hollywood-produced 5 natural senses version of the way you think you should be. When you get a hold of this, things really change. And I hope, see, all this other stuff you heard this week doesn't mean anything, doesn't mean jack squat without a relationship with truth. You can have a relationship with truth. Not your version of truth, him truth. And I'm willing to bet that some of you in here haven't really gotten that yet. I want to pray for you, okay? Can we just pray right now together? Would you guys mind just shutting your eyes or however you do it? Close yourself off. Get away from any distraction. Like if you have to go somewhere else in this room to do it, please do that. But get yourself completely undistracted, okay? King Jesus, I thank you, Father God, for every single person in this room, and I thank you, Lord, that you love them. Your word says you're jealous for them. That literally you went to a cross and died a crazy death so that you could provide the thing that was needed to have relationship with you. You stepped into space and time and overwhelmed the world's 5 natural senses, its natural ability to perceive reality, so that you could win them. Listen, if you're in here today and you're like, you know what? I want what you're talking about. I know that I don't have it right now. I know that I have maybe a version of it. I know a lot about this Jesus, but I've never actually stepped into a relationship with him, a full, truth-filled, tangible relationship with him. And that's you, and you want that, and you want to turn and stop living according to your 5 natural senses and place your faith in him today. I want you to pray this prayer with me. You don't have to pray it out loud, okay? You know when you mean something in your heart, but just pray this with me. Say, Lord Jesus, I'm done living according to what I think about my story. The story that you have for me is far greater than anything that I could come up with on my own. And so I'm done trying to figure this thing out. I'm done yielding according to my own will. I want to step into what you have for me. So I'm going to turn right now. I'm going to repent. I'm going to repent for all the things that I know I'm doing incorrectly. I know you cover me, and I want to step into relationship with you today, right now. I pray you'd overwhelm my senses. I pray you would light me on fire on the inside. I want all of who you are, and I want to experience you in a way that I never have before. I believe in my heart that you rose from the dead 3 years ago, on the third day, several thousand years ago, as a testimony of the power that you have, and I want to step into that. I believe you are Lord, and you are the Lord of my life. Thank you for saving me. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. Have you guys had a good conference? It's 11:29 right now. I had one more thing planned for you, but I know that you guys probably want to go, so I'm going to go ahead and just... Oh, you want to see it? I get an encore? All right, listen. I need to borrow one of you from the audience who consider themselves to be extremely brave. Extremely brave. What's your name? Jordan? Jordan? Come on up here. Everybody give Jordan a big round of applause. You're brave? For the camera, you're brave? Say it to the camera. Say it to the camera right there. Brave? I'm in trouble with my dealer. All right, go ahead and bring him out. This is a friend of mine that travels with us everywhere. He's a little bit difficult to get through TSA, so I'm glad he could be here with us today. Just kind of stand right over here. Very, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, listen. I'm going to have you reach in here and pull out the contents of this bag, okay? Now listen, you cannot drop this or it's going to, it'll go like right into the audience. So do not drop this, okay? Do you understand? Okay. He won't hurt you, but just don't go too fast, okay? Because he will jump. Just reach in. Ha! Oh, you totally jumped. I'm just kidding. There's not a snake in there. Just one at a time. Yep. Oh, duct tape. Shuts any kid up. Just kidding. Next item. Oh, this is my friend I was telling you about. This is my friend Buck. Have you ever met Buck before? According to everything you know and believe to be true, is this sharp? Is it sharp? Yeah. Pretty sharp? Do you want to come over and take it out? Actually, get away. Yeah. You say lawsuit. Next item. Oh, Band-Aids of the Hello Kitty brand. High school students, there's some Japanese guy right now that's getting paid millions and millions of dollars for drawing a circle with whiskers. So enjoy studying for your chemistry test. Next item. Oh, red marker. All right, come over here, Jordan. Say this with me. Say inside the lines. Say inside the lines.
Inside the lines.
Say it again.
Inside the lines.
Very good. One more thing. My bag, you'll notice there's no holes in the bag, right? And this is bright light, yes? I'm just going to slip this over your head for just a second, okay? Can you see anything through the black canvas bag?
No.
You'd be flinching right now if you knew what was going on. Okay. Say this with me, man. Say inside the lines.
Inside the lines. Oh, shoot.
Say it again.
Inside the lines.
Jordan. We are not drawing turkeys. According to everything you know and believe to be true, is that as close to an exact representation of my hand as we can make with the time allotted, yes? Notice how my hand goes inside the lines. You see that, yes?
Inside the line.
Let me turn this way. Yeah. If you could be completely quiet while I do this, I would really appreciate it. Jordan. Jordan.
Yes.
Can we get some more overhead light here, Dan? Like right on top. Bink. Give me your left hand.
Okay. Let me guess right there.
You said you were brave, man. Just
All right. Don't break it. I have football today.
You have football today?
Or tomorrow, pretty much. State.
It's state.
Well, we're going to state.
You're going to state? Congratulations.
Yeah, we're going to go to state, guys. We're going to go to state.
That was what we call a plug in show business. That was a plug.
Plug.
Yeah, just right here. Just stick it right there. Very good. Very good. That's perfect. All right. I'm just kidding. Here, just squeeze this just like this. Very, very good. Say it again. Say inside the lines.
Inside the lines.
Say it again. Say inside the lines.
Inside the lines.
Very good.
Oh, shoot.
Tape. Jordan. What are you doing? Jordan, get away from me.
I'm trying to help you out here.
Jordan, go back to your spot. Freaking me out, man. Jordan, I need you to put my hand inside the lines. Jordan, this is very important.
That's... Okay. That's just about perfect.
Jordan, I trust you can go back to your seat. Everybody give Jordan a big round of applause. Dun, 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 da, da, da. Dun, da, 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 da. Da, dun, 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 dun. Thank you guys for having me. You guys were awesome. Good night.